Hey, this is JD082 here to show you a tutorial for box jump. Basically. So I'm going to show you the trick real quick, and then I will break it down for you. As a disclaimer, this is definitely not a trick that I find myself good at, but I know how to do it, and I can tell you a couple of tips and tricks that actually help you like get it in the beginning, and then you could kind of figure it out on your own. The setup / visual cues / develop muscle memory. Anyway, just a disclaimer. I'll show you real quick, and then we'll. As I said, I'm not 100% accurate on that trick. But that's the general gist of it. I guess before we start, I highly recommend doing this on some sort of console where you have any sort of ability to make save states. So, first thing you want to do, right when you enter the level, Mario Camp down C, and then make your way over. And then whatever, I hit right C once to line up with the. So, Mario Camp down C, and then right C. Oh, well, we saw Block K. Alright, let's restart really quickly. We'll be right back. Super well prepared. Probably should edit that out, but I'm bad. Okay, so when you get into this room, take a couple steps forward before the camera like pans up like this over Mario's head. Yeah, you can use jump kicks to get speed or whatever, but do a couple steps forward and then kind of like curve around so Mario's running parallel with this metal grating here. Then do a double jump. I didn't hold towards the platform there because in the save state. But if you're holding like upright, you'll make it on that. That time I did. So this is the first kind of like important movement. So once you are comfortable with that, the next step is actually doing the box jump. There's some tutorials that like to have camera like this. I personally like to have my camera all the way. So what I do is jump up there. And I apologize if I have to keep on. See if we can get a save. So I apologize if I keep on having to like restart the save state, but the camera here is so janky in this level that it just wants to follow Mario where he's facing. So it kind of messes up the angles. So you want to, right when you get up top here, you want to see right as far as you can. This is the camera angle you need for the setup. So if you look very carefully here, there's like a dark patch on the ground Mario's standing on. There's like a bunch of splotches on the ground. There's like a light one he's standing on. There's like one. This like this kind of U shape. You're gonna want to stand like almost on top of it, like kind of in between the U shape and the dark patch over here. Around this area is okay. So what you're gonna do is, once you get here, you're going to, like while you're running up there, you're going to like flip your stick so you get like a side grip. And you're gonna be holding, I believe this is down right. Yeah, it's like about down right. It's kind of like a mixture of two buttons. But it's mostly down. The reason this trick is so hard is because like lining up the box is kind of a pain. So if you can figure out some other spot to stand that's easier for you, go right ahead. But I like to stand there, go down right, do a double jump. And it's pertinent that you like side or like jump. You're going to be wanting to get this double jump. And I recommend just kind of like doing a couple practice like this. So like that one would have failed. You want to be like kind of do a couple of practices with double jump. Or maybe even like try to practice a couple like just keeping it in line with the box. But like the hardest thing for me, I think, for this, there's two difficult. Well, there's a lot of difficult things. But one of the harder things for me, besides like lining up the triple jump, was realizing that you have to hit A earlier than you would expect. So let me try to illustrate. So if you hit A too late, it might be difficult to do. Okay, so you see how Mario kind of like stutters there and fell off? If you see him do that, that means you hit A too late. If you see him like bump into the boxer, that means you didn't hold down A on the second. But this is kind of like the move I want to do. Practice this a few times. And then you can move on to the next step. The next step is like the angle, making it over this wall. So what you're aiming for is, I believe, you're trying to make it over this like this wall. So to accomplish this, here's what we're going to do. So if you line up where I say, and you do like the down right, and you're jumping like diagonally across the box, you should be you should be okay. What I like to do is kind of like flick my stick a couple times to the right, because it kind of like nudges Mario when I'm after I triple jump off the box, like a little bit this way, so I get the clearance I need to make it over this edge. If you get a good setup, some people can just like do neutral stick. If you see right there the angle that I get, if I just don't press any direction on the stick, I'll just land back with bounds here. So the reason why I'm flicking right is so Mario is moving like a little bit this way. So you'll if you hold it too much though, you'll bonk. If you hold it really early. You'll die or you'll bonk. If you hold it too little, you'll just end up back in bounds. So it's kind of a field trick. There's specific angles you can do this. I think it was like pure. You can hold like just pure right. Something like that. Or you like kind of like but it's up to you. But the general goal is, I think the hardest part is getting the triple jump, like on the top, lining up the jump. Yeah, let's go back down to the left. You can normally tell what direction Mario's facing. So that time I really needed to just hold right. You can just tell by the like just kind of like look at you want to be facing kind of back direction. So yeah, that's the trick. I'm not great at it, but my general understanding of it. So we'll go through it one more time and kind of talk through it as I go. So start the level, Mario can see down. Make your way up here. Run parallel along the grate, double jump. Wall kick up. You're not bad. Line up on the blob. Side flip. Do your triple jump and then kind of do like that. Again, if you've done this trick on your method, you might be familiar with kind of getting like invisible smashed by the elevator, or actually, like I think it's you're landing out of bounds or something. But if you like hold the stick or something too far forward for too long, and it's kind of the same idea, you just land out of bounds. But I think the harder case that can happen is you can actually land down here from the triple jump. And I think the way that happens is you clear the wall, but then you start holding left for some reason. So if you end up down here, that means you made it over the wall, you did everything right, but you just didn't go right. You weren't going right. I guess we'll just illustrate this. I think we'll see if this will mess up. I don't remember if you can. I don't remember if you can dive from doing it this way. No, I don't think so. It's from the one up above. But yeah. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments. This is a tough trick. I'm not very good at it, so I probably didn't do a very good job illustrating it. And this video is way too long anyway, so yeah. Thanks for watching. If you have any requests for any other tricks in this game related to 16-star, I'd be happy to give it a shot at tutorial for it.